Welcome back, everybody, to Wisconsin Wonder Garden. Today, we will be taking a tour of some of the most beautiful botanical gardens in the world. Before I start the list, I just want to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to watch this video. If you'd like more gardening tips and videos about how to grow many different plant species, check out my channel. All right, let's get to it. Coming in at number 10 is the New York Botanical Gardens in New York, America. This garden contains 50 gardens and plant collections. Garden highlights include an 1890s vintage wrought iron framed Crystal Palace style greenhouse, the Peggy Rockefeller Rose Garden, a rock garden, a 37-acre conifer collection, extensive research facilities including a propagation center, which I am all about propagation, 550,000 volume library, an herbarium of over 7 million botanical specimens dating back more than 3 centuries, and at the heart of the garden is 50 acres of old growth forest, the largest remnant of the original forest which covered all of New York City before the arrival of European settlers in the 17th century. Number 9. The Royal Botanical Gardens, Sydney. The Royal Botanical Gardens is a major botanical garden located in the heart of Sydney, Australia. Opened in 1816, the garden is the oldest scientific institution in Australia and one of the most important historical botanical institutions in the world. Its stunning position on Sydney Harbour and immediately adjacent to the Sydney Opera House ensure it is one of the most stunning gardens in the world. Number 8, we have the Singapore Botanical Gardens. Founded in 1859, the Singapore Botanical Gardens is a 183-acre botanical garden in Singapore. The natural orchid garden is the main attraction, with the hilly 3-hectare site holding a collection of more than 1,000 species and 2,000 hybrids of orchids. The Singapore Botanical Gardens has a small tropical rainforest of around 6 hectares in size, which is older than the gardens themselves, and is in fact one of only 2 tropical rainforests found within a major city, the other being in Rio de Janeiro. Other attractions include a ginger garden, wild monkeys, terrapins, and much more. Coming in at number 7 is the Kirstenbosch National Botanical Garden, Cape Town, South Africa. Located at the foot of Table Mountain, this 89-acre garden was founded in 1913 in order to preserve the country's unique flora. It's one of the few botanical gardens in the world that only cultivate indigenous plants, with the botanical garden established for the express purpose of local flora conservation. And even now, all of the species therein are indigenous. Perhaps most famous is the garden's trademark crane flower, a yellow version of which is named Mandela's Gold. The garden includes a large conservatory exhibiting plants from a number of different regions, including savanna, fynbos, karoo, and others. Outdoors, the focus is on plants native to the Cape region. Number 6 is Munich Botanical Gardens, Munich, Germany. Munich's first botanical garden, now called the Old Botanical Garden, was established in 1809. This garden cultivates around 14,000 species on 18 hectares and serves to educate the public and train students, as well as preserve rare plants and European bee species. Major areas include an alpine garden, arboretum, collection of moor and steep plants, rhododendrons, a rose garden, and a systematic garden. This garden also contains an extensive greenhouse complex, including rooms, bromeliads, cactus, succulents, ferns, orchids, Mexican plants, and the list goes on. The orchid collection alone includes over 2,700 species. This botanical garden features the Great Pavilion, which is the largest glasshouse in the world and contains an exhibit of giant bamboo. At number 5, we have Orto Botanico di Padova and Padua, Italy. We couldn't have had the top 10 without including the oldest surviving botanical garden in the world. The world's first botanical garden, created in Padua in 1542. It still preserves its original layout, a circular central plot symbolizing the world, surrounded by a ring of water. It continues to serve its original purpose as a center for scientific research. The garden, affiliated with the University of Padua, currently covers roughly 22,000 square meters and is known for its special collections and historical design. Number 4, we have the Hawaii Tropical Botanical Garden in Papaico, Hawaii. The Hawaii Tropical Botanical Garden opened in 1984 and covering 17 acres is a nonprofit botanical garden and nature preserve located on a 4-mile scenic route. The garden is located in a scenic valley opening out to Onomoi Bay and features streams, waterfalls, and a boardwalk along the ocean. Today, the garden contains over 2,000 plant species, representing more than 125 families. Some of the garden's mango and coconut palm trees are over 100 years old. Number 3 is the Botanical Garden of Montreal, in Montreal, Canada. The garden, which was founded in 1931, takes advantage of both indoor and outdoor spaces to provide a year-round treasure to visitors. In warm months, the 30 themed gardens is the best place to visit. Highlights include the largest Chinese garden outside Asia and the Japanese garden, dedicated to bonsai, and featuring some exquisite water features, as well as a First Nations garden that focuses on the cultivation of North American crops. In cooler weather, visitors head indoors to the Insectarium, containing 160,000 live and preserved bug specimens. The highlight is the Butterflies Go Free exhibit, during which thousands of live tropical butterflies and moths are released into the glass houses. Number 2 is the Longwood Gardens, Philadelphia, USA. Once a private estate and located near Philadelphia, the garden sits on more than 1,000 acres and includes 20 outdoor and 20 indoor gardens, maintained in 1.5 miles of heated greenhouses. It contains over 10,000 different types of plants and trees, as well as fountains. Longwood's Conservatory is one of the world's greatest greenhouse structures. The conservation alone is home to 5,500 types of plants. An exploration of the 20 indoor gardens will take you a couple of hours. Coming in at number 1, we have the Kew Royal Botanical Gardens, London, England. We featured the oldest botanical gardens in the world, but our number 1 botanical gardens had to be the biggest. Kew Royal Gardens in London, England. Kew Gardens is the world's largest collection of living plants, founded in 1840 from the exotic garden at Kew Park. This park was founded in 1840, and its collections include more than 30,000 different species of plants, while the herbarium has over 7 million preserved plant specimens. With over 320 acres of landscapes and gardens, including a soaring treetop walkway, 18 meters high and 200 meters long, Kew's glass houses provide hours of undercover discoveries. With amazing giant lily plants in the water lily house, exotic rainforests in the palm house, and 10 climate zones in the Princess of Wales Conservatory. While Kew Palace and the Royal Kitchens allows you to discover Kew's history and explore a beautiful Georgian royal retreat. One of the most interesting features of the garden is the Davies Alpine House, an eco-friendly building that houses cool weather plants without the use of refrigeration, instead relying on a series of underground pipes to maintain the appropriate climate. Well, that's our top 10 list of botanical gardens around the world. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great gardening adventures. Have a great day.